just spend a bit of time kind of going through what, we throw the term GDP out there. What does that mean? How does that relate to a company and to kind of day-to-day lives? And just this very simple process where a tire company takes raw materials, takes chemicals, takes other services and other suppliers, converts those into tires, and in so doing adds value. If you add up all the value of the outside supplies that they purchased, and then you look at what they've done through their operations, you can see that that bar is higher. That's value added that's been created by workers and by owners. Owners and managers have assembled the resources, have put together the strategies, have identified customers. Workers have done the work, have contributed to better operations, and tire sales to customers. And that difference between outside suppliers and operations, that's value added. And value added, two things to know about that. If you add up all the value addeds across all the companies around Canada, that's GDP. And so to the extent our companies are creating value for customers here in Canada and around the world, we're creating GDP in Canada, which falls into either wages, and most GDP goes into wages, or it goes into profits. How do you get better value added? If you have better products and services, if you have skills in your workers, if you've got effective management, if you've got technology, a whole bunch of other things. I think Michael Porter will be talking about, in his presentation, a lot about that. But GDP and productivity and prosperity really do tie in well with company operations and what a lot of us here were trained to do in business school. If you break it down kind of arithmetically, and this is, GE stole this from us and called it return on equity.
Yeah,
and
I know.
Actually, full credit to John Baldwin at Stats Canada. This is GDP per capita, and this will be the toughest slide for you folks today because it's got some arithmetic in it. But if you do the cancellations, you'll see that GDP per capita is the result of demographics. Do we have a lot of people in that sweet spot being able to work between ages 16 and 64? That's profile. Utilization of all the people of all the adults out there, how many are actually working? How many are choosing to participate in the labor force? How many are successful in finding jobs? Intensity, are we finding just part-time jobs? Are we working long hours or a good number of hours? That's hours worked. And those three things go together to make up what we call work effort. And then there's productivity. When someone's at his forklift or driving his truck or calling on customers or filing or doing some software development, how much value added is that person creating in that hour of work? Now let's just go quickly through those things that go into work effort. So this is demographic profile. This is the percentage of our population aged 16 to 64. And you can see that Canada does pretty well there. In fact, we lead the world amongst these developed economies that we try to compare ourselves to. And in fact, as bad as the demographics are going to be, you can see the projection shows that Canada is going to decline in that area. We'll still have an advantage over the rest of the world, just based on current momentum, based on current immigration patterns. So we start off this whole prosperity race, as it were, with an advantage.